Guys, what's up? Unsportsmanlike conduct, Gabb Bree. We're here to talk about everything you guys want to hear about this week. Starting from this team who's useless, and then everything else in between. Bree, before we go into it, how was your weekend? What's up? What have you been up to? Tell everybody what's been going on.
My weekend was great. I spent it at one of the most beautiful weddings I've ever been to. Lots of fun. And I got to wear pretty dresses all weekend, which was really fun and exciting. And I watched my Red Sox kick the crap out of
They were
you
really
guys.
good. Yeah, we literally got fucking wrecked. Are we surprised?
About that?
No, there's no apologies you need to say because you know from the beginning. How did I talk about my team from the beginning? I said they were
You're
not
right.
good. Right.
You're right.
They bamboozled and fooled us for a minute.
I'm very impressed with the state of the Boston Red Sox right now.
Me
I know
too.
they lost last night, but
who were they playing last night? See, I was not paying attention because my team also got fucking wrecked again.
So they're playing Toronto this series. So it's actually a pretty important series
so
because Toronto's only a half game back from out of second place right now. So it's a pretty important series. And obviously there are players on the Boston Red Sox who are not playing in this series because it's in Canada. And in order to play in Canada, you must be vaccinated.
Who's not playing? See, I don't keep up with other teams besides the AL Central to know enough.
So Jarren Duran, who has become one of the starting outfielders because Kike Hernandez has been on the IL, and Tanner Houck, who is a relief pitcher at this point, both of whom have said that they still are not vaccinated because they still feel like it's a personal choice, which is 100% correct.
I mean, it can be, sure. It's your choice, but you know the consequences of your choice.
You know the consequences. Right. They are both people who are young, one of which is one of the guys that bounces between Worcester and the major team, the major league
so it's
team.
Not only harming himself, but he's harming others around him.
So you would think maybe if you want to solidify your spot on the major league roster, you would just get this done
to get there. Yeah.
But they both also have said that they are still doing their research, which at this point,
where do we gather that is my next question.
At this point, what more needs to be done?
It really doesn't even matter, it doesn't matter what anybody else says. It's just gonna right.
I just don't know what research are they doing? I want to know. Are they listening to Joe Rogan? What's going on?
Maybe they need to consult with the man who is in the spotlight at the moment, Dr. Kyrie Irving.
Listen, speaking of just people who are too smart for their own good.
Right.
This guy is just
we could start with basketball. I mean, I started off with baseball, but we can get to them later.
Yeah, we have a whole summer to talk about baseball. We can do this now.
Start. The Nets are so here's the timeline. Nets get Kyrie, Kevin Durant, James Harden. In my mind, I'm thinking sounds good, but also sounds terrible.
It sounds like it could be the most chaotic thing.
Right. It can either be really, really good if you guys put your pride to the side.
Yeah.
Or it could be the worst thing ever and it falls apart. And we were in self-sabotage mode for maybe months. I don't think we're out of it. But they gave us when you're playing a baseball game and it's the bottom of the ninth and there's 2 outs and the graphic is going up, it's 90% chance your team's gonna win.
And the win start meter getting on base.
Yeah. I think we're 2 people on base back into the favor of the Nets. But who's to say what could happen from there?
I just can't believe I'm shocked. That this went the way that it went.
Shocked is the word I want to use. I don't even know if shocked is my word. Again, respect to Kyrie because he gave me a championship. However, idiot. He's just it's just being an idiot.
He's just a straight up dumbass.
He's just being an idiot. He's so good at basketball.
Oh God,
you're so good at basketball. Yeah. You're so good. You could have been the best point guard in the league.
I just want to know,
Why?
what the hell happened.
In
Because
the last, 24?
as of yesterday morning, the reports were that they are completely at an impasse. Like,
There's no
was
repair, he's not coming
yeah,
back,
the Nets,
Katie's gotta
granted him
find another
permission to
suitor.
explore, sign and trade options and stuff, and then
Mm,
and
Now we're
then
back.
he's back. Because he wants to fulfill his commitment to Kevin Durant. I never in a million years thought I would hear the phrase fulfill his commitment related to Kyrie Irving. I
Well
never, based on his track record, I did not think it was possible. And I
in my
still
mind, I was
don't
thinking
necessarily think that this is going to be an okay thing. And I don't think it's
well, no, I
part of
don't
me
think
still
I
doesn't
don't
think it's
it's
going to
gonna be
really happen.
okay.
Um
I don't think okay is the word that's gonna describe what's going through. So I will say, as the hater I am to my core, if you're a Nets fan, I don't feel bad for you.
I don't feel bad for them at all. The
Because you
amount
guys
of
were
shit that
talking.
they
Yeah,
talked.
you were talking all kinds of crazy BS. And I'm in my mind, I'm like, you have no idea what you're dealing with.
No.
You have no idea what you're dealing with. You literally have no idea what you're dealing with.
Especially last year, all the shit that they talked last year when the the Nets beat the Celtics in the playoffs and Kyrie stomped on the cartoon leprechaun on the court and whatever.
God.
And it's that one major Nets account that said the Nets broke the Celtics. First of all.
And the Celtics made it to the finals, so I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Even at that time, that was a wild thing to say. That was a completely outlandish thing to say, because you look at the trade that sent KG and Paul Pierce to the Nets and the return that the Celtics got. They made pretty good choices with that return in draft capital and whatever. And I know they had, some down years, but Jason Tatum was one of those guys. Jaylen Brown was one of the, so the Celtics still won the trade. There's still that tweet out there that this guy hasn't deleted yet, which is, I guess, I kind of respect the move. Saying that the Nets won the trade and then the Nets broke the Celtics, and it popped up on my news feed last night, on my timeline last night, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna scroll past this and be the bigger person today. And then I remembered.
Realistically, realistically, both of us have won multiple Nets trades because we got Jared Allen. We got Jared Allen low key. No one even noticed it. We literally stole Jared Allen from the Nets in the James Harden trade. That was crazy.
James Harden, man.
And Jared Allen was an all-star, so I don't know if you guys remember that, but Jared Allen played in the all-star game in Cleveland, Ohio, as a player of the Cleveland Cavaliers, who we acquired from the Brooklyn Nets, who James Harden no longer plays for. So
here's what I guess I'm most interested in this entire saga is if, and it still to me feels like a big if Kyrie does end up playing for the Nets this year, which it apparently he's going to, but I still personally don't believe it. What's going to happen with Ben Simmons? How does Ben Simmons fit into that equation? Is he going to play?
Is he going to play?
Of them actually
that's the
going
question.
to play?
Is he going to play?
I don't know.
So I get it. We all make fun of Ben Simmons. It's a big joke. Ben Simmons is a meme of the NBA. But realistically, he's not terrible. He can contribute.
He's not terrible.
He's going to contribute in some way.
Defensively, he's a very good player.
If he got out of his own head, he would be okay. However, Philly is not the place to be terrible at.
Yeah.
Real quick, I went to this kickball thing over the weekend, and there were two players on the Eagles, and I said, what is the funniest moment that's happened to you on the football field? And we all know Jalen Rager, how he has been booed many times.
Oh, yeah.
I said, what's the funniest thing that's happened to you on the football field? And he goes, well, Philly likes to boo me. So one time they were booing me, and I had a big kickoff return while they booed me. And that was the funniest thing that's ever happened to me. I said,
awkward.
Nice. I said, I'm really sorry that they did that to you.
Sorry, dude.
So you can't be weak to play in Philly. That's for
sure. Will say though, before this Kyrie news broke and there were all the rumors that this team and this team and this team were possible destinations. One of them was the 76ers. Just for the sake of content alone, if he doesn't
Awesome.
like Boston fans, oh my Lord, the second the 76ers fans realize what they were getting, because I mean, anybody would be excited for him to come to their team. I would be a
Right,
fool to say otherwise.
He's a very good basketball player, yes.
But then once like the ego gets in the way and the flat earth brain and all that stuff, and maybe he wants to play today, maybe he doesn't.
He's not flat earth anymore. That's my theory, though. I have a theory.
He's not?
Well, do
Since
yours
when?
and then I'll do mine. Do your thing and then I'll do mine.
Well, I'm just saying, especially with the fact that John Tortorella is now the Philadelphia Flyers head coach, he's a content gold mine. So is Kyrie.
Mhm.
Them in the same city, just every other day, it would have been something, and it would have been beautiful and perfect and everything somebody in the sports media world would have wanted, and I would have had an absolute field day with it. So I'm kind of upset that did not happen.
It would have been very Ron Artest, Detroit Pistons.
It would have been beautiful.
Pacers, beautiful. Fight the crowd. Yeah.
They would have loved it.
So what I was saying, I don't even know, what was I going to say? I don't even know what I was going to say.
I don't know. Oh, a flat earth. I said he was a flat earther still.
Oh, there we go. Okay,
Apparently
so
not.
he's not flat earth. He's not flat earth anymore. A couple years ago. So I think this is where his downfall went. You know how people say, what's your like craziest sports conspiracy?
Yeah.
So it's not true at all. But I think Kyrie Irving went downhill when NASA invited him to their little headquarters to show him that the earth is round. And he went to NASA. And when he left NASA, he left the Cavs. And when he left the Cavs, he went to you. And when he went to you, he left you. And then it's just been downhill ever since he found out the earth is round. So one time on the Cavs like Instagram, I commented flat earth Kyrie with like a greater than sign. It had like 800 likes.
What I want to know is how do you
bring back flat earth
so
Kyrie.
Quickly? How do you go around telling everybody that the earth is flat and believe
well, he
that?
Went to NASA, you know, they showed him the facts, they showed him the information, they showed it all.
If I'm at that point in my life where like
to not be good at basketball,
well,
NASA
brainwashing
broke Kyrie.
maybe.
NASA broke Kyrie.
But if I'm like, if I believe something so hard to the point where like I'm throwing away any type of logic to the point where the National Aeronautical Space, whatever the hell NASA stands for, tells me to come in so they can teach me, I'm still going to say,
like, nah, man,
okay, that's really cool. Like, thanks for the tour, the field trip or whatever. But at that point, I'm saying screw that.
Me this week, like probably you also, like the mansplaining is not going to change my mind.
Ugh.
It's not like no matter what you say, my mind's made up.
Yeah. Well, I had somebody yesterday, the Bruins extended their GM who is just
not a good guy.
And I very, very sarcastically replied to the tweet of the announcement and just straight up said why. And somebody explained it to me like I just straight up why.
Oh, okay.
Someone explained it to me like I had zero idea what was going on. And to their credit, I don't believe that they followed me, so they probably don't understand like that I was being extremely sarcastic and whatever.
Right, but you weren't asking them.
I wasn't asking
them. You weren't asking them. Like you were asking, but you weren't asking them.
No.
Right.
No. But I will say, whoever this person was, the way that they explained it was just as snarky and like they hate the move too. So I'm not really mad at the fact that they replied and explained it to me. But
man,
that's funny. I wasn't really asking, you know.
You weren't really asking. You were asking, but you were not asking. Like that's just every day. Like sometimes I post something and there's no need for you to reply. Like I already know the answer.
Yeah.
You just don't need to.
There needs to be a feature on Twitter that
no men can reply.
You, well, yeah, that too. That would be great every now and then.
Right.
But when you're asking like a rhetorical question or whatever,
I'm
like it changes the font or like it flags it, like something like that. Not
actually asking.
Yeah, like this is rhetorical. Do not reply. I do not care what you have to say.
Right, like that's just my own doing. Yeah, like I really just don't care. There's a lot of things that do that, and then they just have to pipe up for no reason, or you don't even ask.
Also, speaking of men, and since we're kind of crapping on them for a hot second, have you gotten like an influx of dick pics lately?
Okay, so
because I have, and I don't know what's going on.
Like, listen, I get what you're saying about the dick pics, but remember what I just told you before.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on. It's like every other message request.
I just keep that to myself?
Hey, you might tell us. Who cares?
Okay,
It's summertime.
okay,
We already said we're gonna go off the rails this summer.
Okay. So what happened? If anybody is out here listening, close your ears. If you're my mom, it's not my own doing. I'm sorry, I don't know what happened. So I get a text. So you can either get like if there's a package that comes to your apartment, there's like a space, like a locker that you can put in a code to pick it up. But sometimes they're filled, so they have a mailroom. So I had a text that said, you have a package in the mailroom. You need to come pick it up when you're available. So here's me walking home from the Cleveland Guardians win, which hasn't happened in days. So having a good time, made it home. And I'm like, I have a package. Can I please pick it up? I get it. And on it just says my name. It says nothing else. It literally just has my name and my address. I'm like, this is interesting. What's in it? Take it up to my apartment. I open up the package and it's like this like long package. I think it's like a fucking candle. I think it's a candle. And I open it up and I pull it out of the package and guys, it's not a candle, it's a dick. It's a fucking, like, did you watch the Bree? Sorry, this might give you PTSD, but did you guys watch the Bills and the Patriots? And did you see what they threw on the field?
Have you watched any Patriots-Bills game up in Buffalo in the last 10 years?
Point, yeah. So whatever they do to that field was, it's on my counter, and it's purple. It's on my counter and it's purple. And like, I don't know who has my address to send me that, but I don't know why you sent me that. And there's no note, there's nothing. It just has my name on it. And my name is spelled with 1 B, not 2. So you must not know me very well.
That's a really bold thing to send somebody without any
no context. Card, not even a note. Not even saying have fun. Like, not even have fun. Nothing.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
it's so strange. Who the hell did this? Who did this?
I don't have an influx of photos. I don't. I've gotten a few videos over the past month. Do you ever get videos?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I don't want to see motion. Like a photo is enough.
I don't want to see any of it, if we're being completely honest. So
yeah, I mean, I don't want to see any of it. But as soon as it moves too far,
yeah, I don't. Fellas, why? Why do you guys do this?
Right, like why do you think that? Maybe like, hey, maybe if I do this, this woman would want to like date me. In reality, it's just a hard no.
And guys, correct me if I'm wrong here, because the majority of our audience, especially the regulars, are males. So
right.
Correct me if I'm wrong. But you don't, do ladies go around and just randomly send you pictures of their goods?
I posted a tweet like that a long time ago, and I said, men, be completely honest. Do women send you weird ass kink DMs like you guys send us? And they're like, no, honestly, I've really never had a woman. Like, what kind of chromosome like on your chromosome line of genes, like where is this falling into? That says, let's send women weird stuff. Which one is it? Because like it needs to be eradicated from society.
Well, like I said, correct me if I'm wrong. Like if there's ladies out there that just randomly send pictures of
there's probably some crazy ones, but like there's far less than men. Only bots.
Yeah. Okay. So then
sure, I'll send a photo of my feet to a man if you're gonna pay me. Sure.
Listen.
Like that guy that replied to you.
Yeah, hey.
Right. Like that's fine.
He asked you. Did you see the reply tweet that he said? He was gonna pay you. He was gonna pay you $70 for you to send him a picture of my feet. How does that work?
And I said 100. He said they only have $75, and I said I don't want your $75. Please keep it. Please keep your $75.
Where the hell's my cut in all of this?
Right, but I was like, just please keep your 75 if that's all you have. God, I really truly do feel bad, but it's just another day.
It's just so strange. Just the society is just so strange.
We're just living in odd times. It's like it's just real. We're in a simulation.
It can't be real right now.
No, like everything that happens is just not I don't know. I don't know what to say. Like so Russell Westbrook going back to the Lakers, not real. But if I were
speaking of, Speaking of him and Kyrie, I need him and Kyrie and Stephen A and Skip to do like a tag team cage match kind of thing right now, because the way
Like Hunger Games.
the way they're all going at each other. Do you see what Kyrie tweeted at Stephen A? What Stephen A tweeted back?
No, I try to not.
So Kyrie tweeted at Stephen A, like,
And what did he say?
I'm sure because he said something on First Take or whatever, but he said something
Yes, he
like, "I've never met a man in like his 50s or older who acts the way that you do," or
Have you ever
whatever.
met Skip Bayless?
No, Kyrie's talking to Stephen A right now.
Right, but like I'm just saying, he said he's never. And I said, what about that guy?
Oh yeah, I don't know. And whatever. So and then Kyrie gets his dad and his uncle involved about like how they might understand, and like they'll meet Stephen A anytime,
So we're
anywhere.
doing a Joker thing, like a Joker Morris
like,
thing. Right. We're doing a little brother meetup.
So Stephen A
Gotcha.
replies, and obviously he's like, "Oh, you got it twisted, blah 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 blah. Like I have nothing but respect for your uncle, but like you and your father, or I don't know. I can't remember verbatim, but he naturally offers Kyrie to do something in the public eye, and the whole thing is just why are we doing this? Kyrie, like pick your battles, choose your battles wisely. I don't understand who in your circle is telling you that this is an okay thing to do, and like I just don't understand, because he has brought all of this upon himself, all of the
For no reason.
all of the what's the word I'm fucking looking for right now? All like the reputation that he has because of the things he's done, especially in Boston, are the reason why people feel
Entitled to say they do.
a little negatively towards him. And that's why people 1,000% were on the Kyrie's leaving the Nets boat. And you know, if it happened in the past, why isn't it going to happen again? You've already shown this team why you're unreliable, and you were this close to doing it again.
And
people are going to have opinions, especially people in the media whose job it is to
talk about what you're doing. And you act like they're irrelevant, but they're still going to be there no matter what you do and choose.
And then Skip calling Russell Westbrook like,
but that's not a new thing. Like
that's harmless.
He says LeBrick after every game. Like it's just like, to me, like Skip Bayless, I know who he is and I know what he does, and low key, I think he's kind of funny.
Yeah,
he knows, like he posts his stuff about LeBron every game. Like LeBron knows that, like he probably really does respect LeBron.
Yeah,
but he also respects his career and his show, and he's gonna
listen. I respect LeBron, and I talk shit about him 24/7 if I could. Like, I do not like him. I respect him. I think he's one of the best players to ever play basketball, but I don't like him. So if I have a negative opinion about him, I'm gonna voice it, but that doesn't mean I don't respect him. So like that's kind of something that I think these players kind of don't understand, is like that's these people's jobs, is to talk about all this stuff. And Westbrook really, in the grand scheme of things, is not that bad. It's not true. This given the season that he had,
you were bricking some shots. I do like Russell Westbrook.
You almost slipped up and said it. You almost did.
I do like him. I like him.
So
I think he's a great guy. He's funny. He has good content. Great family man. Cute little family.
Fashion sense is on point, in my opinion.
He is way better than John Wall, so I don't know what everybody the fuck is
also
up with them saying that today.
The Clippers? John Wall to the Clippers? What the
hell?
mean,
like, is Kawhi gonna play? Is Paul George gonna play?
I feel like that's like a couple years too late, though. Like, if he were to make that move.
Gone. Like, I saw the tweet at 2 a.m. when they said Kawhi to the Clippers and said, "Oh no, not my man LeBron. They're not gonna do him like that." And guess what they didn't do? Do him like that. So
I don't know.
Clippers stock is out. I'm out with the Clippers stock.
I saw, was it today that I saw something that it was a graphic that says when healthy, the Clippers are the best team in the NBA.
They need to shut up.
What year are we living in?
That's like me saying when healthy, the Cavs are the best team in the NBA. That holds the same weight at this point.
When Jason Tatum doesn't turn the ball over, he's the greatest player in the finals. The best team in the NBA.
What do you want us to say?
We can do this game for anybody, and they can be the best whatever, and like it's
Just another day. It's just another day.
It's just another day, and it's the field that we chose to work in. The hyperbole is just
But it's so
insane
funny.
every
Shout out
day.
Russell Westbrook though for getting a bag. He showed up to work happy
Yes.
today.
How much? How much?
I don't know. There's a 7 in there. It's 47, 37. I don't know how many million, but there's a lot of million in front of the 7. 3, 4. I don't know which number it is.
That's
But
so interesting.
doesn't matter which one it is. Way more than I have. So I would show up to work singing Beyonce too.
Yeah, good for. I saw that video. It was a good video.
Right.
I appreciate that.
I would show up to work singing that Beyonce song too. He's probably friends with Beyonce. He's been in the same room with Beyonce probably multiple times. So
I would love to be friends with Beyonce.
She intimidates me. I'd probably cry. She would say hi to me and I'd start crying.
Oh yeah, in her like velvety voice, I would be like, "Hi."
And then
I don't even know if I actually would be able to say anything back. I think I would be too stunned to speak.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, the Blue Jays are winning already.
Screw them. Great. Screw Toronto. Screw the Blue Jays.
Bottom of the first.
Well, screw them. And screw the Yankees.
Let's see.
If you're a Yankees fan, I'm sorry. Please don't take it personal.
No, take it personal. It's forever fuck the Yankees on this show.
Right, because they have harmed both of our feelings, yours way more than me, but still I'm with it.
Those jerks.
But yeah, so the draft happened. The draft was underwhelming.
I didn't pay attention to the second of the draft. Thankfully, my boyfriend's friends planned every event for their wedding the day before the actual wedding, like all the rehearsal events, to the point where I didn't have to pay attention to the NBA draft because I don't know if there's something I care about less in the
NBA draft
wide world of sports than the NBA draft. Like
after pick like 3,
it just doesn't really
do
anything for me. The only reason I watched the Tatum draft is because there was all the talk about Markelle Fultz and like that was the big draft. But like other than that, I honestly don't think I've watched one after that or even before that. So I'm very glad that I was unavailable. But
right, like it's not like the NFL draft. Like the NFL draft, you can watch it for rounds.
Yeah, right.
But NBA,
that's like a spectacle. Like that's a big event in and of itself.
Yeah, top 5 is it.
So I just think it's so interesting that Paolo Banchero's odds to go number 1 were what they were 2 days before the draft, skyrocketed to I think what was it plus 300 plus 250
because
something
Woj
around
in
there.
his tweet, like I don't understand. Like they
I want to know
the picks. I hate how they leak the picks.
I want to know who knew what 2 days before the draft, and that's the reason why that this happened. Because
and then Woj put out some false information.
Well, I've seen a lot of people going at Woj recently,
as they should.
What's his deal? I thought he was.
I don't know. I think both of them are kind of low key been slacking.
Annoying. It drives me nuts.
Like leaking the picks is not very fun.
I hate that.
I get you want to be first. I get it. Like if that was my job, I probably would want to be first also.
Yeah.
But still, it's just not very fun for us.
It's not. It's not. It's not fun for anybody.
Before it's on the TV.
It's not fun for anybody, and it's like that drives me nuts about the NFL draft when you have people, tweeting out the picks before they even happen, and
right.
Just it's annoying, and like you said, it's their job to be first, and
like if that was my job, I would also do it. But I also like the excitement of just watching and enjoying.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. If you're going to make it this whole televised event and whatever, if I were the directors of whatever network was hosting and everything like that, and then all the work that goes into producing and all this nonsense, I would be so pissed at these guys. Like we did all this hard work for what? For you to spoil it? For nobody to actually watch and be like stunned when they find out? Like what the hell's the point?
Yeah, and then I don't know. Neither of our teams had anything significant, so it doesn't even.
Yeah.
I mean, we had the 14th pick. We picked a man who is 22. He's very good, but I think like he's at his peak almost. We picked a man that's 22 years old. He's older than 3 of the players that are currently on our team that start. So it's kind of crazy. older. No, I think he's younger than Darius Garland, but like by like 2 months. Older than Evan Mobley, older than Isaac Okoro. A very nice looking man, I will say. Like the Simps. I'm not even kidding. Like we have acquired so many fans just by
because of
drafting
him.
this man. Yeah, like
Good for him.
he's like Simp Nation. They
Love that.
are commenting
Listen,
all over the stuff. And we're like,
take
sure,
it-
join. Please join.
Take it where you can get it.
Please
Take it where
join
you
our
can get it.
fandom.
Yeah, the Celtics they only had one pick, and it was what, pick like 40, 46 or something like that. Like I watched that. I watched that in a bar at like almost 1 a.m. and I know it's the kid from Alabama that's got the crazy hair, but other than that, I don't know.
We have one of those, Colin Sexton.
Yeah, I don't know anything. I don't know anything about him. But I saw a lot of people say that it was like a low risk, high reward kind like type of pick. So if that's the truth, I'll take it. It's fine with me.
Yeah, like any second round pick.
That's the extent of my knowledge here.
I just don't believe anything that you tell me with the second round pick. I'm like, what are you gonna do with them? Put them on the G League team? Okay. We drafted Evan Mobley's brother. That was kind of cool.
I saw that. That's very cool.
And I think it was just like, let's keep Evan happy in Cleveland.
Sure.
Because his brother didn't work out with any team at all. Like he worked out with none.
Oh, interesting.
And they had like a whole party set up. And I think like the people like working it kind of like fucked it up a little bit because like I swear, because like I don't think you would want this on like a public platform, but USC Hoops posted, like everybody was posting it. He gets drafted and like the lady was carrying shots and like hands him one right when he gets picked and everybody else around him is taking shots. I think Evan was taking a shot too. I don't know.
How old is he? 19?
No, he's older than Evan. He's like 22.
Oh, is he really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's fine. Who cares? But I think Evan had one in the back, but like, who's to say? It was probably apple juice.
Sure it is.
Right. It was probably some juice in the back. Like he would never take a real shot of alcohol.
Never.
No. Yeah, so.
Neither would I.
Never would he ever. So. Yeah, I would never take a shot.
Never in my life.
Never.
Oh, man. What else? What's going on in
no way.
Brownsville?
No.
We got to do it. We do it every week. We just get it out of the way.
I know,
rip
but
the
like
Band-Aid off.
No, this is elevated. Like, you know how you see the girls on the bars? Like, let's say we're in Nashville, Tennessee, and we're at Coyote Ugly, and I'm on the bar screaming
girls
some
on
white woman
songs.
songs. Yeah, that's like where we're at right now.
Yeah, things are starting to get interesting. Lots of things being said. Things are happening.
So Desean Watson he's meeting with, I don't know who he's meeting with, what he's doing. He's meeting with somebody to talk about his state and future of the NFL.
It's like the
which doesn't look very likely.
Council or something like that.
Right. And like that's the least of my concern because I just that whole thing, not that I don't care. I just hate it.
It's at the point where like, why are we still talking about this? Something should have already been done about this. I get it. I get what you mean.
Do it. Like, it's not that I don't care. I very much do care about the issues that are going on. But, like,
of course.
Who am I to say anything about it? Because of what impact do we have?
Yeah.
None. It's like the people that are saying, do you really want to watch Jacoby Brissett play 17 weeks? No.
Like, probably not.
I really don't want to, but what say do I have? None. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So where are we at in Cleveland Browns? Baker Mayfield update of the week is Baker Mayfield had a football camp in Oklahoma today. And at this football camp, he met with the media. He met with the media. It might have been Texas. I'm probably lying. I don't know. He had a football camp.
Either way makes a lot of sense.
Today. He met with the media today. And do you want me to read you what he said to the media?
Go ahead, because when I read it, I laughed out loud.
So like the guy posted the first tweet and he did a shitty job. No offense to this man, but like he bamboozled us and like lied to us at first.
Okay.
I asked Baker Mayfield if there was any chance for a reconciliation with the Browns if they were without their quarterback this season. He said the Browns would have to reach out to start that process. Mayfield said he has moved on. So like that's saying Baker Mayfield's still saying he has a chance in that tweet. Right. Like he's saying he would if they reached out.
I could see that, taking that away from that. Yeah, sure.
But then he went back and posted a second one. And the second one said, and this is the actual like quotes. And he should have posted this first. But like I appreciate him giving us all this information. No, I think for that to happen, there would have to be some sort of reaching out. We're ready to move on, I think, on both sides. So, anybody saying that the best bet for Baker Mayfield is to play for the Browns, sure, that sounds like the best bet for him. But that bet is not very likely. Like
Yeah.
it's not going to happen.
Yeah,
It's just not happening.
I think if I were to have only seen the first tweet, I would have been in the same mindset as you. Where like, oh, okay, so it's not totally out the window.
Him, he's like saying, I have consideration. I would do it. I would put my pride to the side. And
if they, yeah. If I had only seen that tweet, like, yeah, I probably would have thought the same. But then this one,
he said no, period. He said no. Yeah, he literally said no.
The flat out no is more than enough. But then he said, we're both ready to move on.
And there's people from Oklahoma. They're like, well, he didn't say no. I said, did you miss the no at the beginning?
He literally, that's literally the first word of this quote.
Word of this sentence.
That's the first thing.
Oh my God. So again, like we just
those fans. It's Baker Mayfield. Like you couldn't have picked anybody else to go super psycho over.
You can't do this about Kyler.
Like
at least he stands up for women's rights.
Yeah. Well, listen. Those of you who have been very quiet about this whole Roe versus Wade situation, speaking about athletes who are, very vocal about other things, your silence is very, very loud. Notes have been taken. Notes have been taken. You could have even done the bare minimum like Joe Burrow and posted that Instagram quote.
God, see, like that's another thing I want to dive into, and I think it's a little messed up to do, but like I will.
Oh, we'll talk about it. I mean, we're both women. We both have opinions on this shit.
No, like I respect Joe Burrow. I really appreciate him posting that. It's not a Joe Burrow thing. Like I think Joe Burrow is good at football. I think everything that happens outside of football is not his doing. I think it's everybody else. Mm-hmm. But there have been multiple people that have been very outspoken about the situation, have posted about it, and nobody talks about it. Mm-hmm. Like Kyler did it. There's many other players in the NFL that continue to do that, like NBA. But for
Damian Harris is about as vocal as anybody I've seen. Which
he really is. He really is. But for some reason, Joe Burrow is the only person they talk about posting it, which again is very helpful because more people need to see it.
I'll come right out and say it. Joe Burrow's the flashy, fancy white boy quarterback that everybody's got a crush on. That's why everybody does that.
Right. Know? It's just I appreciate Joe Burrow doing it, but the people that are like under it doing whatever.
Yeah. No, listen, I appreciate every single man that has voiced
for sure
their opinion and support throughout all of this. Especially those in the sports world, because sometimes as women we look at sports and we're like, oh yeah, do they really care about us as women? But we also need to remember, like, there are other people besides, like, just the big flashy names that you see all the time. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, Joe Burrow's a great guy for doing this. And,
for sure.
I love that he, feels this way about the situation and everything. But, like, he's not the only one. So let's not just, like, glorify him. Let's look at the broad spectrum of everybody in the sports world, be it coaches, GMs,
right. And, like, he's doing it to amplify the rights of people that are being suppressed, not for you to amplify him.
Right. Exactly. So. Exactly. Yeah. Let's kind of
amplify those who are not
take a step back and he is. Realize like what we're actually doing here, like what the point of this is, because
Baker Mayfield would not do that. That's what I was getting at. Baker Mayfield would not do that. He would post the Austin police. Yeah. So that's like, where we're getting with this.
It's a whole mess. So,
great. Next part of the Baker Mayfield talk that I want to say is there's people that are saying, and I don't know how they're saying this, that he could play for the Browns.
It's not happening.
There's no chance. Like it's absolutely like Johnny Manziel has more chance to play for the Cleveland Browns than Baker Mayfield. Like, there's so many people that have more chance to play. Like, I have a higher chance. I think I have a higher chance to suit up for the Cleveland Browns than that man. Like, he's out. He's not coming back.
That's how you know we are in a really bad spot. If we are bringing back a Johnny Manziel.
I mean, seriously.
I know.
Like, Josh Dobbs will play games before Baker Mayfield.
This is not good. Well, again.
And then.
I've said it
the corner goes.
I've said it for how many weeks straight. If he does not have a
Oh.
team by now, he's never going to.
Right. It's just
Like,
it's
that's
the
good.
backup. It's backup time. It's backup season. Like the Panthers Seahawks. Are you guys gonna do it or are you just gonna keep talking? The Seahawks said they were gonna extend him.
Speaking of going back to our last segment, somebody just replied to my, show promo tweet and said, why is everybody at Kyrie, but nobody's talking about Ben Simmons? At least Kyrie took the floor. Ben Simmons has more colors.
Well, Ben Simmons
on
is
his
like
clown
shutting
outfit.
up.
Okay, first of all, sir, tell me you don't watch the show without telling me you don't watch the show, because we shit
We
on
talk
Ben
about
Simmons
both.
more than anybody. I feel like we talk about both very equally. Kyrie is just the one in the news right now. So.
He's just loud. He just talks a little bit more. And like,
So-
I get it. We all want to talk sometimes. Ben Simmons just doesn't want to talk right now.
That drives me nuts. Like if you're not gonna watch the show,
Why comment?
Shut up. Don't say nothing.
Right.
Just-
Why comment? Why
Please.
even speak? Why use that freedom to do that?
Yeah. At least you guys have that freedom. We're running out. We're running out of things.
We're running on E. And gas is expensive, guys.
Yeah,
So
for real. Listen, ladies. You know what? I think we all collectively need to take a shot because this has been a week.
You want me to open this fucking Michelob Ultra? No, those are show beers. Those are for show. We can't open that. But
this has been a week. What
right.
else?
I don't know.
Colorado Avalanche.
I was gonna go Desean Watson more.
Oh, I don't know. Let's do a.
Yes, let's
we
do
just
something
talked
fun.
about Roe vs. Wade. Let's talk about something happy.
Let's do something fun.
Before we get into that nonsense. Colorado Avalanche, congratulations. This team is one of the most exciting hockey teams. I almost said football. Jesus
The
Christ.
same thing. They were rolling around on the ground.
One of the most exciting hockey teams
I watched
have
the whole
seen.
series. I watched every single game.
They're so fun, right?
Yeah, it was a really good time.
They're so fast and they're so exciting.
They are fast.
And it's
And they
really
score goals.
the best part about it is they did it to Tampa Bay and they're not
Mhm.
three-peat champions. And Pat Maroon has not won his fourth in a row. And it just, to my cold, depressed hockey heart right now, this makes me very, very happy. I feel joy in this. My team did not win, but the team that I do not like and the man that I do not like also did not win. So it's like a mini win for me. So I feel very good about this. This team is very exciting, and I do not think this is like their one chance. I think that they're able to do this again because of the majority of the team is fairly young, and you got Nathan McKinnon on this team. Like, my God, he's nuts. And then Cale Makar. I feel like we have not, as just sports people as a whole, are not like focusing on Cale Makar and how unbelievable he is. He's the first guy, I believe, in 20 years. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong with these years, but I believe since 2000, I want to say 2001, to win the Conn Smythe, which is MVP of the finals and whatever, and the Norris Trophy, which is the award for best defenseman. First guy to do it since, I believe, 01. Again, somebody correct me if I'm wrong. And then before that, it was Bobby Orr in 1972, maybe. Like, he's nuts. This kid's nuts. And he's like 20-something.
How old is he?
If that. I want to say he's like 22. Because
Okay.
I don't think he's been out of school for that long. Let me just look it up real quick. He is 23. Okay, he's 23.
23. Yeah,
Still.
pretty young. Younger than us.
Younger than us. More accomplished than us. But,
Clearly.
it's nuts. That is like a pretty unbelievable accomplishment. Yep, UMass's Cale Makar. Hockey East put on a showing. So it's just really exciting, and I'm really happy, especially for Nazem Kadri, for winning this cup after the years that he was with Toronto, and we all know Toronto has not done anything since before my father was born. And then all the shit he had to deal with this year, especially in these playoffs with Jordan Binnington and the stuff from the St. Louis fans and everything like that. So it's just really like a feel-good story for him. And what else? I think that's all I have to say.
I don't know, they were
I love
fun. They're
this team.
exciting.
I love them. They're
shout
so
out.
fun.
Shout out. Congrats on the win. I hope you guys celebrated really hard. I know hockey celebrates like no other. We talked about that one.
Yeah.
And yeah. What would you
do.
do with the Stanley Cup if you had it?
I
don't know what I would do.
Well, so I don't know what I would do either, because there are rules, like, of things
But like,
you
let's say
can and
there's no
can't do.
rules. There's no rules. What would you do?
Oh my God, I would eat the biggest. I believe that this is allowed, but I would eat the biggest bowl of pasta out of that thing.
Sounds kind of fire, yeah.
Just like gorge myself, and then once that was done, I'd clean it out, and then I'd
make a big like fish bowl.
Just a full bottle of red wine and drink it out of
red wine.
Drink it out of it.
I was gonna go tequila, and I'd put some like floating rubber ducks in there, some big ass straws. We'll have some sunglasses. We'll sit by Lake Erie with the sunset. And that's what I would do with the Stanley Cup. I would sit on Lake Erie with a big straw long enough to reach me in my chair that I don't have to get up.
There you go. Listen, if there's ever a time that I have the Stanley Cup for a day, I'll invite you over. We'll make some dinner. We'll have some drinks.
Rob can clean it out.
Yeah.
And then we'll throw some alcohol in there.
There you go. There you go. So yeah, whoever's in charge of the cup. Whoever's in charge of the cup. Send it my way.
No, I know like this. I know I say some crazy ass stories every single week. I literally know somebody that is in the family that takes care of it.
Really?
Yeah. And they said like
interesting.
When it's on vacation, they'll take it to like their home. It'll be in their bed. Like it'll be just, yeah, I swear. Yeah.
Like, because there's a lot of like rules and regulations that go into preserving the Stanley Cup when it's not, being passed around on the team that just won. It's crazy. That thing has been around for like over 100 years at this point. Like it's old. Right. So
like did you see the tweet where they're like, what's the best trophy in sports?
Yeah.
Did you see that one?
1,000% is the cup.
And everybody was yelling. They're like, where's the World Cup? Where's the World Cup? I'm like, I didn't make the graphic. I don't know where it is. Please don't yell at me.
Okay. But also, the World Cup is awesome
right, but you can't drink alcohol out of it.
As somebody whose country has won the World Cup in the last 20 years, it's really cool. It's a cool thing. But the Stanley Cup is so much cooler.
Right. I said it would come down. To because like these were the options. I said it would come down to the Stanley Cup and the WWE belt. And I said WWE belt holds some weight because when you win the Super Bowl, you win a World Series, you win something like that, they all wear it. And they think it's so fucking sick. Like Kevin Love will wear it. Travis Kelce had it on. Like,
I don't know.
Right. It's just
something that I just can't get past the fact that like the WWE is fake.
Right.
So it's technically not a real trophy, in my opinion. Right. But like, yeah, I could see it. I know a lot of grown people that are very, very into the WWE.
And they wear that stuff just for fun.
Yeah, to a point where I think it's a little odd, but I won't get into that. I won't hurt anybody's feelings with that opinion.
Right, like it's cool. Whenever you guys want to watch. I mean, Pat goes there and he has a good time.
Yeah, well, he's like a full-on character though at this point, right? He like gets into it and everything.
So my question is like, if someone asks you to like be in that, like, what point do you say, yeah, sure, I'll lose? Because you have to, like it's all fake.
Yeah, right.
Like when they say, well, you have to lose, and what if I say, no, I don't want to? What do they do? Pick somebody else?
I fumble in the bag at this point, I guess. Because
but like, what if I want to win?
I know McMahon is throwing out tons of money to get those big name people involved. That piece of garbage that guy is. Just a lot of shitty men on the show today.
Him or Mr. Roger Goodell?
Oh, definitely McMahon. Just for the sake of we don't know if Roger Goodell has a checkered past, like legally and stuff.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, the McMahon stuff's not great.
Not good. Not great. Are any of them good?
No, probably not.
No, they're not good.
I don't think so.
Yeah, no, they're not good. None of them are good.
There we go. Now back to not great men. What's going on with Desean Watson?
Okay, so I don't really know if he like ties into this at all. Like it is about him. it is very much about him. But I don't think that these go against him any
Okay.
more than they already have. So I'm not understanding how this works. The man that was the lawyer of the women, which to these women, like, I am very sorry that this man is representing you.
Okay, so I'm glad I'm not the only one that had that opinion because
Because he kinda
didn't something come out that he like was kind of like sleazy and
Well,
not
he is sleazy and he's a clown show. He's a clout
okay.
monster clown show. And I
Well,
very
I
much, I
didn't want to
feel
say
bad for the
anything
women. Yeah.
if like that wasn't accurate, but
No,
like
he is. Everybody, I think
that's the
everybody
general
fully agrees that he's a clown show,
that's the
but
general
also
like
agrees that
opinion.
like we feel bad. So he is now suing the Texans. Like they're going to sue the Texans.
Correct.
And what happens then? Like, what do you do? Suspend them for games?
I would imagine
like the suspension probably goes to Desean.
I would imagine that they would get fined a ton, potentially like sanctioned, like picks getting taken away and stuff.
They have six lawsuits against them,
which I think
supposedly, which is fair.
Totally
because
fair.
they definitely enabled the behavior that was going on.
1,000% were complicit.
Right, but the next point I don't
understand.
Is he is the neighbor of the owner.
Oh well, that's interesting.
Right, like it gets a little interesting there.
That the Busby guy is?
Yeah, they're neighbors. Yeah. Okay. So that's why it was interesting before, and now it's even more.
I did not know that. That's
neighbors.
Interesting. Imagine suing your neighbor.
Right, like imagine like trying to help your neighbor and then suing your neighbor, and I just
yeah. Well, no, imagine just like suing your neighbor for like a crossed property line, like a fence on a crossed property line. But imagine then suing your neighbor for something as massive and gross as this. Like,
it's just not good.
What an awkward situation that.
Right, like the NFL is just not.
Ugh.
It's just not a. This is not a fun place.
It's just every time you think the NFL could finally figure it out and get it together, it's like
they're never going to get it together.
We need more women in charge.
Yeah, and then when they do get in charge, did you see did we talk about this last week when we hired like our assistant GM?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, so like there's this woman that's been working under Andrew Berry for a few years. She's like when he was with the Eagles, like they were together.
Yep.
Working. She was working with the Browns. He hired her as assistant GM. It's been in the talks for a while. Okay. They hired her, and instead of congratulating this woman, they said it's a PR stunt.
Who the fans did? Some of the fans did?
Yeah. Ugh. Well, not even just fans, just like
anybody.
Everybody. Yeah. And I said,
yeah, naturally. She's a woman. Why would she be, have the capacity to do something like this? Of course, yeah, it's just a PR.
That's what they're gonna say. Yeah. So
shut the hell up, everybody. Like, I don't understand. We are in 2022, and it truly, especially now, feels like we're back in like 1950 when it comes to all of this shit. Like,
and like I know we like the Browns, they have a terrible look, clearly. I mean, they're just a terrible organization from year after year after year, everything. But I will say that they are very diverse in their hiring, and they have multiple women on their staff already. So it wasn't anything like, is it groundbreaking? Yes, but it wasn't like, wow, they just did that to do that. It was very disrespectful. But again, not surprised.
It's just a lot. It's exhausting having to no, a multi-million-dollar organization is not going to hire a woman as a PR stunt. That would be a completely irresponsible allocation of responsibility, funds, everything like that. Like, she very obviously is qualified.
Right. She's probably overqualified.
She's overqualified.
Compared to other men that are in the same position as she is.
You know how many women are overqualified that don't get the jobs because they don't want to,
like, to be qualified, she has to be overqualified to get the position that other people can obtain. But that's a story for another day.
I know we said this last week, but I'm going to say it again. Men, can we just for once
just let us have something?
Just one day of peace. One day is all we ask.
I really want to say the tweet that I said, but I don't know. It's just not really sports appropriate.
Oh, we might get in trouble for that one.
Right. I just said men want to be pregnant so bad.
Listen, go ahead. Because
I literally just said men on the internet act like they want to be pregnant so bad. And have you ever watched someone give birth? Have you ever like physically watched a being come out of somebody?
it's not great.
You don't want that to happen to you. Like you'll rip to
Also-
shreds.
Also, men cry when they have the common cold. Imagine periods. No,
Nah,
they
it's
would.
not for
They
you
would
guys.
not survive.
It's not for you guys.
Ugh,
So.
I'm telling you. You guys all want opinions on women's bodies. Go ahead.
Until you start.
Take some of the shit we have to deal with, because once
You
you
would
deal
not
with
last
that,
a
you
week.
will change your tune so fast.
Right.
So fast. I'm trying to make a joke out of all of it, but like it's hard.
Man.
This is
I don't
hard.
have any more football, but I do have baseball to talk about.
Yeah, let's
My baseball
cap it
team's
off with
bad.
baseball.
My baseball team's bad. Your baseball team's good. Mine is bad.
Hey,
I'm happy for you guys because like screw the Yankees and screw the Blue Jays,
Yeah.
and I want you guys to beat them
well, we're still like 11 games back from the Yankees. I don't know if they're
because I don't
ever
know
gonna
what they're doing.
fall.
I don't know. I have a beef with Yankees fans.
Oh,
I don't
as you
think they
should.
have the beef with me, but I have the beef with them because they like to like.
They
You know,
suck.
Yankees have a lot of like bandwagon fans that aren't real fans that don't really watch baseball or other
Of course.
things. And they talk about like, oh, baseball's not a dying sport. Have you ever been to a Yankees game? I'm like, you guys are just like a whole other thing. Like, you don't understand how it is with a market where you don't have like a
Okay.
billion people living in your
Also,
city.
let me just chime in on that, because as somebody who grew up a 45-minute train ride away from Yankee Stadium, I've been to my fair share of games at Yankee Stadium, and that place is a mausoleum. You walk in there and you feel like you're being disrespectful for talking loud. It's just gray. It's gray and cold, and that navy blue is everywhere. There's nothing lively about it. And then they have the Memorial Park or whatever the hell they call it in the center field area, and it's just
Yeah,
a bunch of dead
a
guys.
little boring.
Just
a little
history
boring.
and dead guys throughout that entire place. Yankee Stadium
And they use
stinks.
those World Series to,
Yankee Stadium stinks. I
Right,
will
so like I'm like
die on that hill. Nothing about a game there is fun.
realistically, like other teams could use a little bit more of what they're doing, but why do you guys have to gatekeep like that? Why can't you want everybody to have fun?
Yeah, go be jerks somewhere else.
Right, like everybody, I want everybody to have a good time.
They
You guys
just-
are like, screw you guys, we're having fun, nobody else.
They suck.
Yeah,
I will say
they
though,
annoy me.
it looks
They're
like
good.
they've added new concessions. One of which being a cannoli milkshake. That looks very
that sounds
good.
kind of fire. That sounds fire.
And I will, to their credit, say that they have the best chicken tenders at a ballpark that I've ever had. And
Do
if
you like
you
chicken tenders?
got the big bucket that's got like 20 tenders and just a bucket of fries,
See,
it's
we're
worth
all now see that one, like, okay, so here's what the texts are saying. Everyone's roasting the Yankees, and then
Okay.
it goes Minnesota Twins scored a run. Why'd they have to do that?
rude.
Yeah, like that was
very
fucked
rude.
up.
Just let
That
us
was a
have
little
this
bit- that was a little bit
again.
messed up.
Just 1 second of peace.
Never.
That's all.
Never. But
Oh man.
that's what everybody says. Their stadium is underwhelming.
It's not great. It's not. And the bar across the street from the stadium, I'm going to talk shit on Bills real quick.
Oh God.
It sucks. They have a rooftop that fills up like that, and it's just wall to wall people, and the smell of overused cologne and aftershave.
Yeah, I don't like the vibes of their fans.
I can say this as like an Italian American. It's uber like mafia,
Nasty?
like wannabe up there. Like it's not great.
Well, Bree, I think you guys broke my baseball team.
By
you
the
broke
looks
them.
of it,
think
right
you
now,
broke
they used their last legs against the guards. So
Well, they used every leg that they had because we were terrible. We were bad. I think Kylie Jenner broke us when she wore the racist shirt. So that's fine. Because why can she wear that, Why does she get the pass to wear that?
She's a celebrity. Apparently, they can do
Right.
whatever they
So
want.
they're like,
Who
oh,
knows?
it's so cool.
Imagine.
Whatever. And she wore that, and guess what? We lost 4 games in a row.
Oops.
I blame her. No, but you guys crushed us. Our pitchers were terrible. We played last night. We played a game last night where our starting catcher was injured. So we had a utility player, Ernie Clement, which I love Ernie. He's awesome. Did you see my video? Right hand, Patrick Mahomes, left hand, Josh Allen?
Yes, I saw that.
I'm sorry that he's a Bills fan. He is a Bills fan.
That's fine. I
He's
love
from
content
Rochester.
like that. Good stuff.
He is from Rochester, and he said the video was incredible. Besides the point, he is a utility player. He'll play outfield, he'll play second, he'll play first, short, wherever you need him, he'll play. He was listed as the backup catcher. He was warming up as the backup catcher last night. Bottom of the 9th, he was pitching. That's how bad our team was.
Oh, no.
Oh, shit, it's nothing.
Position players pitching.
He was pitching, and he gave up 2 runs, but he made it. And
right on the butt.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's all that
I'm trying to
matters.
think of what account it is. I think it's Cespedes Barbecue, that baseball account. They do.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
They have a thread of position players pitching, and it's just like gold. It's so good.
Poor Ernie. He threw a knuckleball, and it was so bad. It went behind the batter.
Yeah.
Didn't hit him. Went behind him, and I said, unhittable pitch for sure.
It didn't. Oh no! It looked like it grazed his ass cheek.
Right. He moved in, and he didn't hit him. And I said, very unhittable. Would never be able to hit that.
Could you imagine? Like, I understand that's not his position, and he's probably never done this before.
Yeah. Everyone was standing up cheering for him.
I would be so embarrassed.
They asked him, like, after the game, he did like a post-game interview asking about the pitches, and he was like, when he threw that pitch, he was like, he had a couple hits on us early in the game. I had to show him what's up. It's like, thanks for making light of the situation.
You can laugh at yourself. I like that.
So baseball's a mess, though. They've been out of control this season. Freddie Freeman, is he okay?
Okay.
Is he okay? Is Freddie Freeman okay? I don't know. I think he's going through a midlife crisis.
I have some opinions on this one.
Me too. And I think he's a loser.
Yeah, me too. Supposedly he was not happy with the way his free agency went and ended up firing his representation, and now he lists himself.
Today was the day.
Yes, this was today.
Fire them today. Why? Literally right after you play your own team? Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
And lists himself as self-represented, which
and guess what happened when you do that? Lamar has no contract.
It's really weird timing.
Right.
Because the Dodgers and the Braves just played. They did the whole welcome back Freddie, blah, 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 blah.
Cried every at bat, cried every time a ball was hit to him, cried when he was in the dugouts, that alone.
Cried more than I've cried in the last month, which is impressive given the last week.
Right.
But it's a little odd. And I don't know if he's trying to make a point that he wishes things could have worked out with the Braves, which I thought
that was his own doing.
Right. I thought that was what he wanted.
He won. He wanted to get his money. He wanted to move on. Let me go to the Dodgers because I hate my teammates.
To the point where the Braves were like, okay, go ahead. Like, we are giving you permission. If this is what you want to do, go seek out
what you want to.
That massive contract that you want. And that's when they got Matt Olson, and, everything was gravy. Like, everything is fine. This is so strange. I don't know. Is he regretting his decision? Like, I feel like he's doing pretty freaking well with the Dodgers right now.
Right. Like, he was doing well in the games they played against the Braves, too. But the crying, I get crying in situations, but I think he was a bit over the top.
Yeah.
Why are you crying over people that you talk shit about?
Yes. Oh my God. Especially if that stuff that came out with Acuna and whatever.
Right. Like, why are you crying over people that you very much disliked and thought had no integrity for the game?
Giving me very, very much like former popular girl in high school vibes.
He's very pick me. I mean, if you
Like,
couldn't already
yeah.
tell that.
Not,
If you couldn't already
I don't
tell,
know.
he's just,
I don't know if I'm liking what I'm seeing from this guy.
I
But
don't
I
not.
also don't necessarily like him at all. So this, I feel like,
Same.
is not too surprising for me to feel this way.
I don't know how Braves fans really feel about him. I think they still like him because they brought him. They brought them
Yeah.
that World
I would
Series, but
imagine they still like him. It's probably not to the same degree, but to a similar
right.
effect
I mean,
of
like
like
if
how I
Cavs
feel about
fans
Tom Brady.
still, right?
Like-
If Cavs fans, I would say more like if Cavs fans still respect Kyrie, which not that many do, they
Yeah.
should respect.
But if
Freddie
some do,
Freeman.
if
Right,
some
there's
do,
like some that will do that.
yeah. I don't know.
I don't know.
It's just the
He's
whole
just
situation's a
crying
little
way
weird.
too much.
A little weird. I can understand crying, like when they do like that little ceremony, like "Welcome back, Freddie." They show a
He
video or
just
whatever.
continued it on way too long.
I totally could cry. I would cry during that probably. Everything
Right,
else,
but
though,
like he acted like he hasn't been there in years, and he was there just a few months ago.
he's taking it a little far.
A little far.
And that is kind of why I'm thinking, like, does he regret this?
I think he does.
Does he kind
I
of wish
think
that this could have been worked out? And then the firing of the agent couldn't be more
That was more over the top than anything I've ever seen.
yeah, like glaring. I don't know. Baseball's weird when it comes to that stuff. But again, it seemed like the Braves were fine with it. So that it's not on
They
them.
got a replacement. They replaced him.
They got a pretty good replacement too. I'm not going to say as good, but
like
serviceable.
Yeah.
Maybe one tier below.
But he can do almost what you're doing without the tears. Yeah. At least he can see a little better when he's out on the field.
I don't know. He's something. Yeah, there's something about that guy. Maybe it's just
the
his
teeth.
mouth.
Oh,
It's
yep, there we go. We both went. It's the teeth.
Listen, happy for him and that he got the veneers and everything.
Yeah,
if he's happy, I'm happy. But
maybe go the Joe Burrow route.
Just a little too bright and like perfect for me.
Right.
Like I don't know. Like it should look like there's some like spacing in between your teeth or like some definition between each single tooth. And it just looks like it's just like a guard, like a mouth guard.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that too. Same thing.
Yeah.
You could interchangeable. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm glad we both said the same thing. Because I was going to feel like kind of a jerk if it was just me.
It just really stands out.
So, not saying that I have perfect teeth. Who am I to judge?
I definitely don't. But like, I would love veneers, but not those ones.
Not those ones. A little bit more natural looking. Yeah. Hey, whatever.
But if he wants to talk about other people in the dugout, we can say that.
That's true. He wants to be a jerk, we can be a jerk. That's how it works. You're a jerk to other people, you get jerk right back.
Last baseball thing. The fight.
Oh my God, the fight.
Stupid. It was so stupid.
What a
I thought it ended.
Situation.
I thought it ended and it just kept going.
My favorite part has been Noah Syndergaard fixing his hair throughout the entire thing.
Yeah, like what a little.
I already don't like the guy.
Same.
And then
like
see that.
We're both on the same page here.
Oh yeah. Same. We're connected with this one.
Bad guy.
And then he's just in the middle of the scrum going like this. Like
stress. It's like a stress reliever. It's like a stress ball, but it's
either get out of this
gosh
darn fight or get in and let your hair get messed up. You can't have it both ways.
This is like my favorite saying. So this girl I know said this, and it's like so perfect for every situation that you will ever be in. You're either in or you're in the way.
Yep, absolutely.
He was clearly in the way because he definitely wasn't in.
1,000%. That I like that. I'm gonna start using that. That's good.
In or you're in the way.
That's good stuff.
So he was in the way.
And then pretty much the entire Angels coaching staff got suspended. One of their interpreters. He got suspended. What could he have possibly done?
I don't know, but they were a mess. It was just like makes me funny because like I'm laughing at it because the guy that started Jesse, whatever the hell his last name is.
Winker? Is that his name?
Yeah. So I made that video of Ernie, you know?
Yeah.
the day I made that video of Ernie, a year ago, same day, here, Cleveland, Ohio, we screamed at him, Bills or Brown, or no, I said Bills or Bengals because he played for the Reds.
Okay.
And he's a Bills fan, so he did the little Bills, same spot, same everything. And then he decided to fight. So
I just can't.
he decided to fight the team.
The fact that not only did the entire coaching staff get suspended for some games, for a decent amount of games too, but the interpreter. He was the interpreter out there throwing punches while translating what the hell each other's was like saying to each other.
He said, "You're fighting my team. I'm gonna fight you."
What happened? The whole thing was just nuts.
Did you see the sunflower seeds?
No. Oh, I know. My dad showed me the video, and he told me after that they like went in the dugout and stole the snacks and stuff.
So like some guy, I don't know who did it, from the Angels, took a like crate of sunflower seeds, ran out of the field halfway, chucked it. It went like all over the field. No one was out there. Near no one. He did nothing. Hit no one. I said, "What did you do that for?" Because someone has to clean that up.
Yeah.
I don't know why he did it. In retaliation to that, I guess, but like it was
Just to be
stupid.
petty, like I don't know.
It harmed no one except your own staff having to clean it up. Yeah,
that's if I was in one of those situations though, that would have been my move to go into the opposite dugout, because you know how many snacks
this is like no one's out there.
Yeah.
Right, but like this is like the field is clear. No one's fighting. Everybody's done. This is after. He just goes out on his own, takes this crate, throws it on the field with no one out there.
Oh, well,
what does that do?
That does absolutely
What does that
nothing.
do for anybody?
That
I don't
nothing.
know.
That does nothing for me. No, if my team was in a brawl, I would run, because in Major League dugouts, if you have not seen like the cameras and stuff that they have in there when they flash to the players, they have snacks galore down there.
Yeah, they do.
Snacks, Gatorade mini bottles, bubble gum.
They
like
no tomorrow. You want a piece of gum, you can have 700 before the game ends.
Like the little snack bags of chips and stuff. I'd go in there, do my best Jack Sparrow with the jar of dirt, and just carry all the shit out of there.
Like
all the snacks.
If you're not pitching, you're a pitcher. You can literally walk in the dugout and use your phone. Like they have everything.
That too. Speaking of pitchers and
they
fights,
look at it all. They look at everything.
The bullpen. It makes no sense to me that these guys jump out of the bullpen and then run to the scrum and then start fighting. Why not just start fighting each other in front of the bullpen?
Did you see them all run at the same time together there?
It's
like they were all running in unison.
You're running next to the guy that you're about to punch in the freaking face.
Yeah, they did nothing. I don't understand it.
I don't get it.
That was like literally yesterday when Ernie was pitching. There were people on like Guardians fans. They were tweeting at him, literally tweeting at him, and they're like, "Ernie, I know you have your phone. Go out on the mound in the ninth or you're canceled." And he replied after. He was like, "I saw it." Like they literally see it. They see everything that you say. So
yeah, well, that one time Pablo Sandoval got popped for liking liking Instagram pictures while he was on the bench. Like that was not a one-off thing. That happens pretty frequently. It just depends.
Really
who
quick
gets
though,
caught.
This just reminds me of something that has happened. I won't say who, and I won't say when, and I won't say why, because I don't. The why is I don't know why. Your Twitter likes are public. Like if you guys are listening to this, the things you like on Twitter, everybody can see it.
Oh yeah.
So if you're liking some explicit content,
it's visible. And Twitter now has a feature where
if you like it, it's on the timeline.
It shows likes on the timeline.
So if you like get a burner if you're gonna do that.
Yeah.
Bookmark it. I don't know. Just don't like that. Just don't like that. No.
I can't wait to hear after the show who did what and what happened. I'm so excited.
Okay.
Because I have a really good story about that too for you that I can't say right here, but I'll say after the show.
I have two that I'm publicly thinking of, and I texted one and I said, "Do you know your Twitter likes are public?" And they go, "Huh? What are you talking about?" I said your you as in your Twitter likes public, and everybody can see it, and they're screenshotting it and they're posting it and they're making fun of you.
Yeah. So this is not a public figure. This is just like a person in my normal person life.
I love this so much.
Just super awkward and not okay. So we'll chat about that one.
Right.
Yeah, with that being said, we have gossiping to do, so I think we're done here.
So, girls and boys, we have to go. My baseball team's losing. Your baseball
Same.
team is losing.
Sure are.
And we'll see you next Tuesday.
Next
for
Tuesday.
some more
Everybody have a great
gossip.
4th of July. Have fun.
Be safe. Be safe. Yeah. And we'll see you Tuesday.
Yeah, we'll see you Tuesday.